everybody. Welcome to an introduction to bullet journaling. My name is Katlyn and I'm going to go with you through just a few of the simple things you can do to start bullet journaling. When I started bullet journaling, kind of overwhelming, like I really wanted to get started, but at the same time, I kind of didn't know what I should do. So basically, if we're being completely honest, to start bullet journaling, all you need is a notebook. Any kind of book, doesn't matter what kind. This one's dotted, you can use lined, you can use blank. Use whatever you have, whatever works for you. Then you need a pencil, maybe a pen, depending on your preference. If you like some other things you might want to have, the Crayola Super Tips. You can get these anywhere, really. You can get them in, you know, at most regular stores carry them. Target, Walmart, you know. I always keep all of my markers and pens tipped down, and that keeps all the ink down at the bottom so that you don't end up drying out your pens. I've had these super tips probably for about 6 or 7 years, and I still have most of them. You can see that some of them have been replaced with, like, these black ones were a new set that I got. But for the most part, this is the same original set that I bought when I was in college, or recently after college. The nice thing about these is you can get a variety of lines out of them. So you can get thick line, you can get a thin line, and it's very easy to change it while you're writing. I don't write like that. I write this way usually. But see, then on my down or my upstrokes, it's very thin. My downstrokes, it's thicker. So like if I write my name, so obviously I got bigger and bigger to kind of show you what you can do, but you know, you can kind of vary the style that you want to do. If I wanted to have my name that way, I can. If I want it in, I can. So that's the nice thing about these, is you can get a lot out of it. When you start getting further in, you can get actual dual tip markers like Tombos. So these are Tombos. These are used a lot in bullet journaling. You'll see these a lot in videos. I like them, but they can be a little overwhelming. Like this is a huge nib, and it's very flexible. So like here's my name with this one. See, I don't have as much control because it's flexible. But when I'm doing like big areas, this is great. So I tend to use the bigger end of these more for like decorative stuff than I do for actual writing. But it has a bullet nib or a pen nib on the other. So this way you kind of get the best of both worlds. I also have mild liners, which are the same. They have a chisel nib on one end, and a pen nib on the other. And the last thing that you'll probably see are, this is a Tombow Fudonosuke pen, but it is a calligraphy pen. Got tired of writing my name, so I changed halfway through and wrote key instead. So, but again, this will give you that same up, down, up, down, up, down. And basically the way that you do that is you are very light on your upstroke, like you're barely touching the page. And then when you go down, you push down. So that's why a lot of times your upstrokes are going to be your lighter ones, because if you think about it, it's a lot easier to flick up and you're not even holding it. And when you go down, because you're pulling towards yourself, it's more natural to push down. And you can do it pushing up, but... So anyway, those are just some pens that you can get. The other tools that you might need are going to be whiteout. So this is just a little retro Tombow. I don't know why it's called retro. It looks just like all the new ones, but it's a Tombow retro style whiteout roller. And the only other thing that I have that I really like is this, which is a tape roller. So it's literally just tape instead of whiteout. So now that's on it. And then I have a ruler. This is the one that lives in my bullet journal because it's you know, it's a good size. I can get the whole page without that much trouble. But then I also have this one that I've had since I was a kid. I will be doing my March bullet journal setup, by the way. I haven't done it yet, but I will be. If you want a little teaser as to what that's going to be, if you get the reference, but this is going to be my March theme. I'm just waiting on the rest of my stickers to get here. All right, so when you start bullet journaling, you're going to see a lot of posts that talk about the different types of pages you can have. You can have dailies, monthlies, weeklies, bi-weeklies, whatever that is. I do weeklies now because it's easier for me. But, well, I guess it's not really easier. It's just that I do more decorative stuff, so it gives me more excuses to prettify things, to put stickers everywhere. So I would go in with, let's say it was going to be, I can literally remember how I used to do these. So I would go like Monday. And let's pretend it's the 1st. And then I would look up the weather. Let's say it was going to be sunny or partially sunny. I said sunny as I drew a cloud. Sometimes can words, sometimes can't. So then I would have the temperature. I don't know what it is where you are right now. I think it's like 60 something degrees outside. So we'll say like 62 over 49. I don't know. But I would look up what the temperature was so that way when I kind of wanted to flip back and see, I could say, oh, cool. On Monday the 1st, it was partly cloudy and the high was 62. And then I would put out my list of whatever I needed to get done that day. So the reason I did it in dailies is I thought this would be the best way to work with this, because what if I didn't have anything to do on Monday? What's the point of making this if I don't have anything to do on Monday? Like, this is just wasted space. I didn't understand why people would make out their whole week. Because if I was going to do that, why not just buy those pre-made ones that I've already said I didn't like? So I was like, well, I'll do this. And I ended up having like half a page for one day. I don't do that anymore. Let me see if mine I know I made one last week. I don't know if it has anything on it. I was supposed to do, oh no, I didn't even make it. Nope, I didn't do it. Nope. There it is. That's as far as I got last week. And it's actually the only one. This one has, this was the beginning. It was supposed to be Jurassic Park. But this is all I did. And then I have, let's see. This is as far as I got. with my overview. So here you can see I made individual boxes. And it was black, and I wrote that it was Black History Month, and I wrote down the days of the week down here. Usually though, this would be all covered with everything, and I just didn't care like doing it this month. So the next thing I had was a page for my expenses. And sorry, I'm double checking to make sure I didn't have anything in there. I did nothing. I made them, but I didn't do anything with it. And then here's a blank page because I usually do a habit tracker. So I left a blank page in case I wanted to make it. The next page is that first weekly's page. Yeah, I didn't do it. But after that, I have several pages where I've had phone calls I've had to take, where I wanted to take notes, and things like that. So that was why I originally didn't want to do a weekly page as well. I have a very bad memory. So I thought it would be a good idea for me to start, like when I, for example, call a doctor's office and I'm like, okay, so I have an appointment on this day. What do I need to do? What do I blah, 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 blah. Right now I'm doing a lot of job hunting. So anytime I have a job interview, I take notes as I go on my interview, so that I'll be prepared. If I have a second interview, I don't ask the same question I've already gotten an answer to. I also do it for any type of budgeting, like Bagheera's vet bills are due. Or not bills, his rabies and stuff is due. So I called and got a breakdown of all the pricing, so that way I would know how much I needed to save. And that's in my bullet journal. So that way I know what I'm doing. But I thought if I made the whole week out, I wouldn't be able to do that. I'm here to tell you can. But if you don't want to, it's perfectly fine. What I do is I don't make the whole month in advance. I only focus on a week at a time. What you see here, this was originally going to be probably a big picture, big doodle. I left it blank so that I could put a bunch of stickers and fill in like I did here, but I didn't do it again. So, but you can see here there's this one line. So what I'm assuming was intending to do is go 2, 3, 4, 5, and I would have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then, so that's like my weekly overview, and I'll put like, so here, we'll just make one here. Let's talk more do. So let's say there's several different ways that I do this, but we'll take that example. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Remember, you do one less line than days you have, because you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you need 6 lines for 7 days. I usually don't do 7 days. I usually do 6, and I put the weekend together. But that's just me. So you can say like Monday, doctor. Tuesday, let's say Tuesday you need to go get groceries. Wednesday, you need to walk your dog. I don't know. And so on and so forth. All the way down. So then, I'd leave all the rest of the pages blank. So what happens when, let's say on Wednesday, I get a phone call about a job interview? Well, I can't cram all that information into this tiny little spot. So I would write, let's say I was going to work for McDonald's. I write McDonald's interview. And then this is, let's say, Wednesday the 3rd. And let's say it was at 2:45. So I always write who I spoke with. And then I'd have bullet points of whatever I said. So, okay, well, let's say my interview's done. So I make a simple line. But basically what I'm saying is I now have where I like prettifying things. I usually have, like, for this month, for example, I usually have a kit that I have of all the colors I want to use and everything like that. So, like, I had all these different colors in a kit. And that way I could pull them out when I needed them. But I wouldn't do all of this decorating on every single page. I would only do it on this page. This page stays blank and very minimal and just what I need it to have. So, and I think that's a lot of times what I found very overwhelming. I didn't know how to do all it. It was like, there's so much. What am I supposed to do? So it can be as simple as you need it to be. If you want it to be pretty, have at it. I love stickers. Stickers make everything better as far as I'm concerned. So, and they also make it a lot easier. I like drawing. I love to hand draw all this stuff, but I ain't got that kind of time. So I like stickers. It's very easy to just, you know, if I wanted to put, let's say I wanted to put stars everywhere. That would take a lot of time. Or I could just put star stickers and take like 3 seconds. I like having the decorative parts to make me smile. That's another thing I really use my bullet journal for, is to make me smile. I will see all of this stuff that I've made, and I put a lot of funny quotes in there. Like, again, this is next month. And this is the first sticker that I've got that I ordered. But I really shouldn't have ordered this one, but it was too perfect and I needed it. This movie makes me cry because it's so perfect. And I needed this. I needed this battle cry to remind myself that I need to be strong and everything like that. So every time I look at this sticker, I'm going to remember that I need to be bangarang. But I don't want to have to do that every day. I don't want to have to make stickers I don't want to have to put stickers everywhere every day. Ain't nobody got time for that. So again, let's say then, all right, we went to get groceries. And while we're out getting groceries, you meet somebody and they're like, "Hey, I want to commission you to make me a thing." I'm like, "Okay, cool." And they're like, "I want you to make me a scarf for my birthday." I'm like, "Okay, cool." And so I'm like, scarf. Colors. Let's say red, pink, and blue. And then how long do you want it? Down to waist. When do you need it? 2 weeks. I'd be kind of pushing it, but, you know. So I kind of make it as I go. And then, when we get to the end of the week, all I have to do is turn the page, and I have a fresh blank page, and I can make my new weekly spread. So, I realized that was a lot. That was a very big crash course, I guess. But again, this was the extreme basics. Kind of a very fast, very furious, let's do all the things. Let me know what you guys would like to see. And I can definitely get some more stuff in here and situated for that. But until then, I'll see you later. Bye!